Pandit has continuously said, we have that choice, that option to be anywhere, but we have chosen to be here in prayer, in devotion. So we thank you for joining with us. Our Vyas, of course, is no stranger to Felicity and to this committee. He's none other than Pandit Vishnu Ramsamir. And we'd like to hand you over for another beautiful night of worship and devotion. Sitaram.
मेली चादर उरी के से द्वार तुम्हारे आओ हे पवन परमेश्वर मेरे मन ही मन Sharma. My dear friends, one day, all of us, each one of us will have an opportunity to make our presentation to Bhagwan. And our presentation will be just how we live our lives. Would your presentation be a joyful one? Or will it be one that you'd be ashamed to present? Mele chadar ure ke se dwar tumhare aao he pavan parmeshwar mere मन ही मन शर्मायो मेले चादर के कैसे मेले चादर के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारे आओ हे पवन परमेश्वर मेरे मन ही मन शर्माओ मेले चादर के कैसे तूने मुझको जग में भेजा देकर निर्मल काया आकर के संसार में मैंने इसको दाग लगाया जन्म जन्म की मैली चादर अब क्या भाग चुका मेली चादर के कैसे निर्मल वाणी पाकर तुझसे नाम तेरा गाया नैन मुंद कर हे परमेश्वर कभी न तुझको ध्याया मन बिना की डाली तूते अब क्या गीत सुना मेली चादर के कैसे इन भैरों से चढ़कर तेरे मंदिर कभी ना आया जहाँ जहाँ हो पूजा तेरी Malvani, Pakar Tujasi. The Lord have given to us, my dear friends, very wonderful and sweet voice. What are we doing with it? Are we chanting His name? Question yourself. Lord have given us a great life. And we all complain. At some point in time, we all complain. I am not receiving the amount of love that I should have. My dear friends, if you are not receiving the amount of love that you believe that you should have, then it's because you are not giving love. Just the amount of love that you give will be the amount that you will receive. Dear Lord, accept this song of love, as I present it to you this wonderful evening from this wonderful community of Felicity. करके स्वीकार प्रभु मेरा गीत अमर कर दो करके स्वीकार प्रभु मेरा गीत अमर कर दो बन जाओ मीत मेरे अमर कर दो करके स्वीकार प्रभु मेरा गीत अमर कर दो इस महिमा को यहाँ बंधन तक हर गय हो मैं सकर के उच्च प्रीतम आया हो द्वार तेरे मेरे जीत अमर कर दो करके स्वीकार sing the rest of this song for you all. Prem se bole Sri Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. Let us commence with our katha this evening. Put your hands together, close the physical eyes, as we pray to Ganesh Bhagwan and we ask of him for that guidance and that protection. We all pray. Om एकदंताय विद्महे वक्रतुंडाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् ओम समूकश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गाजकर्णाकं लंबोदरश्च विक्तो विघ्नाशो गणदेवते नमः ओम धूम्रकेतु गणायक्षो बालचंद्रो गाज्यानहं द्वादशतनि नमामि यत्सृणुदयापि विद्यारंभे विवाहे च प्रविशे निर्गमे तथा संग्रमे संकटे च एवं विघ्नं तस्य न जायते ओम गं गणपति नमः ओम गं गणपति नमः ओम गं गणपति नमः गणेश भगवान की devotees and friends, This evening I ask a question. How many of us in the Yagna Shala is awake? How many of us are waking, my dear friends? And if I ask for a hand raise, I'll get everybody hands raising. No? We'll get all the hands raising in the air. Yes, Pandit, I'm awake, I'm hearing you. So this evening, my dear friends, we are going to see how much really are we awake or are we really asleep. Our katha begins. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai.
Oh,
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai.
एक बार जब ब्रह्मा जी सृष्टि रचन में लगी थी, जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। तब भगवान विष्णु के कौन से मधु कैतब नमाकाधो दैत्यां उत्पाने हो गया। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। ए जय जय गणपति,
जय गणपति,
जय गणेश जय गणपति, जय 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 गणपति,
जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति,
जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। वे मुख से व्याकुल होकर इधर उधर देखने लगे तो ब्रह्म जी परम दृष्टि पधी। फिर क्या था जय श्री गणेश, जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। वे उन्हें ही क्या समाजा कर उनके और दैत्या ब्रह्मा जी उनकी चेत देखा कर भयाभीत हो गया। उन्होंने व्याकुल होकर योग माया से निवेदन किया कि भगवान विष्णु को जगदे देवी अन्यथा यहाँ असुर मुझे काम ढलेगे। जय श्री गणेश जय जय श्री गणेश
जय
भगवान।
भगवान।
योग माया की प्राण से भगवान की निद्रा दूर हुई। ए जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश जय गणपति,
जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति।
Children of God, we commence our katha this evening. Bhagwan Vishnu is now under the spell of Nidra Devi. Nidra Devi, my dear friends, is that aspect of the Divine Mother, the mother of sleep. So Bhagwan Vishnu was under that spell of Nidra Devi, and so he was fast asleep. And it says while he was sleeping, my dear friends, two demons came out of his head, of his hair, one by the name of Madhu and one by the name of Kaitabi. And so, my dear friends, they started to go this side, that side, idhar, udhar. And they're moving from one place to the other. And so they have met now. You know, these two demons came and they meet with Brahmaji. All the devas, my dear friends, were now becoming very, very scared, because it says by just the sound that these two demons have made, it have frightened everyone. Brahma also, the creator himself, was very frightened. And so, devotees and friends, Vishnu Bhagwan is the sustainer, but he's asleep. And because he's asleep, and it is being said, it is the principle that if one is sleeping, then it is not a right thing to go and wake that person from their sleep. So have declared our Vedas. Not in this present age. Because, my dear friends, sometimes if you don't wake the children in the morning, they won't reach to work and they won't reach to school. So you have to go and call. You have to go and wake. But, my dear friends, according to our scriptures, the Vedas, we should allow our body to be attuned to what we have to wake up to. And I can tell to you that if I have a puja at 4 in the morning, from 2 o'clock, if probably I am sleeping still at 2:30, a dream will come to me telling to me, hey, listen, you're late. And when you get up now, you're getting up a little bit foolish because you think you're late, but then you're on time. It is at 3:45, and Maji here will tell you that, all the older people will tell you that, their time to wake in the morning, you don't have to wait for the clock. Well, it's not clock now. They have it on their phone. You know, when the clock was ringing, you would have get them up faster. Now that the phone is ringing, they just press a button and it cut off, so they want to wake again. But our time of getting up each morning would be a routine to us, and when that time reach, you will wake. So too, Brahmaji is saying that Vishnu Bhagwan cannot be disturbed. But these two demons, these two asuras, Madhu and Kaitab, is giving a lot of trouble. And so, devotees and friends, what happened? Where did it came from? It came from Vishnu Bhagwan. My dear friends, but when it came, when he was asleep, how many of you have Vishnu Bhagwan awakened into you right now? If Vishnu Bhagwan is awake into you, my dear friends, then no demons will be born out of you. You would not have any negative thought. You would not have any hate. You will not become angry. How many of you are alive and awake to know that the Lord is very active within you? many of us, my dear friends, can know that it is the Lord is with us every step and every breath that we take? Children of God, we are asleep to many things that is happening around us. We are asleep, my dear friends, to a lot of situations. Some of our leaders are very much asleep, and so the demons of ego, the demon of ego and possessiveness is overcoming the minds of our leaders. Children of God, when we are asleep to what the real purpose of our life is, our life will be a very miserable one. So I question again today, what is my purpose here? It says, Bare bhag manushtanu power. That it is a great thing. It is a very good thing. It's a blessing to have this human body. But everything that we get in life, my dear friends, must have a purpose. Pravesh, you have passed your C exam and now you're going to a new school. You must have a focus. You must know what you want coming out of that school. If you are going to that school just because you have passed your examination and it's a nice school and it's a school that everybody will look up at me, at the end of the day, that is what you will get out of the school. If you are going there to assess the teachers, who are the good ones and who are the bad ones, at the end of the day, that is what you're going to get. But if you are going there to ensure that you get all ones in your subjects, you pass all your subjects and move on now to the next level, which is CAPE, then you will also get that. So you must be focused. You must know what you want. But my dear friends, Bare bhag manushtanu power. It is a great good fortune to have all the good things in life. But everything good that comes to us, come, my dear friends, for a purpose. And what is the purpose of having this life? The purpose of having this life is for sadhana, to perform actions that which will elevate us. You know, dhamma, control, so that we will have moksha, freedom. But with these two demons moving around, no one had freedom. Even Brahma, the creator, was trembling. And so, devotees and friends, he decided that now I must make a move. I must do something now to help all. And what happened? Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Jai Bhagavan, Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Jai Bhagavan. ब्रह्मा जी पर शंकर देख कर भगवान ने आपने प्रसन्न जायम की ध्यावके ए जैसे सुनकर त्रैलोक्यम कंपा उपम। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान, जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। उस ध्यावनी को सुनाकर मधु कैटभम सचेता हुए और ब्रह्मा जी को भुलाकर भगवान विष्णु पर धूत पर ही। अब तो दोनों में घोरम युद्धम होने लगा। 5000 वर्षातक घोर युद्ध हुआ, किंतु असुरों पर विजय ना मिली सकी। जय जय श्री गणेश भगवान। हे जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश जय गणपति, जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश जय गणपति, जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश जय गणपति। So Brahma ji, now being attacked by the Madhu and Kaitab, and he started to tremble. Devotees and friends, what it is telling to us here is that in our lives, once that ego, that demon of the ego, that demon of possessiveness, ownership, the Maya, the Yog Maya, once that take us over, my dear friends, it is very frightening. The Devas does not like, my dear friends, to see us suffering in this state of the illusion, in this state of the ego. And why I tell to you the Devas, you see, you all will remember Satnarayan Vrat Katha. When Narad Muni went up to Bhagwan Vishnu and told to him, he said, Bhagwan, listen. He said, as I was passing through Mrityu Lok, that is this abode that we are living here, he said, and when I look at Mrityu Lok, I see the people of Mrityu Lok suffering. Why were they suffering? They were suffering because of their own deeds, because of their own action. I want a method, O Vishnu Bhagwan, to take to them so that they can get out of this suffering that they are suffering now. And so, children of God, he told to Narad, he said, Narad, go and tell the people on Mrityulok to perform Satyanarayan Vrat Katha. To perform Satyanarayan Vrat Katha, I will take manifestation in that form, in this Kali age as they are suffering. And so I will help them out of their difficulties. How should one perform Satnarayan Vrat Katha? He says one should be a friend to all and an enemy to none. But my dear friends, we will now finish Satnarayan Vrat Katha. Pandit Atmananda could tell to you. And we are walk out the people place yet. And the judgment saying how much they are like the neighbor. So we violating the law one time. That is what makes the devas, cry. They become sad when we behave like this. And this is what is happening to Brahma. The Madhu and the Kaitab, my dear friends, is not just two demons come out the airs. That's an answer story if I leave it like that. The Madhu and the Kaitab, my dear friends, is the hate and the anger and the jealousy and the pride and the backbiting and the bad talking. This is the Madhu and the Kaitab. This is what come out of us when we allow the Lord to sleep within us. The Lord don't go to sleep, It is we who allow the Lord to sleep in us. And so, children of God, Naradji told by Bhagwan Vishnu to tell the people down there, perform Sat Narayan Vrat Katha. First thing, be a friend to all, enemy to none. You must be able to tell the truth at all times. Madhu and Kaitab was not telling the truth. So my dear friends, if you are telling lies and if you are telling untruth to get through with what you want, use a Madhu or a Kaitab. If you have this ego, this is mine, that is mine, Even a simple thing, my dear friends, that will be Madhu and Kaitab, is when you watch at this Ganesh Murti and you say, oh God, this is the best Ganesh Murti in all of Trinidad that have been made. This, my dear friends, is the Madhu and the Kaitab. That is not Ganesh Bhagwan when you make it that. He will not, that is what is reflecting into you, the Madhu and the Kaitab. Principal Shri Ram Chandra Bhagavan ki. So devotees and friends, he says here now, what Brahmaji did. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Nidrarupena Sanskritam Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha. So he went to Nidra Devi and he gave her his praise and his thanks. And he said, O Nidra Devi, O Ma, listen to me, O Ma. Madhu and Kaitab is giving trouble. And Vishnu Bhagwan is sleeping, O Ma. You are the only one to help us now. Jagadeshwari Daya Karo Ma Mateshwari Kripa Karo Ma Jagadeshwari Daya Karo Ma Mateshwari Kripa Karo Ma Jagadeshwari Devi Mata ki. So devotees and friends, what followed? Brahmaji went to Nidra Devi. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Nidra Rupena Sanskritam Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. O Divine Mother, help us. Help us. We have to get Brahma and we have to get Bhagwan Vishnu up. And so, my dear friends, Nidra Devi blessed Brahma. And he says, Brahma, yes, I will get Vishnu Bhagwan up. I will withdraw myself from Vishnu Bhagwan. And so, children of God, Vishnu Bhagwan now was wakened. He was awake now. And he realized that Madhu and Kaitab was giving a lot of trouble. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai 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 Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai 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 Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai. Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Jai Bhagavan. 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 Vishnu ji bole, वहाँ देना चाहते हैं तो मधु कैटब नाम का अस्तुरो काम नाश हो जया यहाँ वर दीजिए जय जय देवी जय जय मान जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान जय जय श्री गणेश भगवान। जब भगवान का वशाना चला तो उन्होंने संगीता ज्ञान गंगरावा का रूपम धरण कर लिया और एक वान में जाकर बिना पर श्रुति श्रमे गति गिरनी लगे। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय। So when Vishnu Bhagwan wake, my dear friends, Brahma bring him up to date of what is happening while he was asleep. And so he decided that the battle must start. And he started to fight with Madhu and Kaitab. Fight went on for quite a long while. And my dear friends, what happened? Vishnu Bhagwan could not destroy Madhu and Kaitab. He could not. And mind you, Vishnu Bhagwan, my dear friends, is the same avatar of Prabhu Shri Ram, the same avatar as Krishna the Basuri boy, the same avatar as Narasingha, and all of these is the same Vishnu Bhagwan we're talking about here. And they could not have beat the demon. Devotees and friends. So what Vishnu Bhagwan had to do when the fight gets so serious, it says he took the form of a Gandharva and he ran away from the battleground. He ran away from the battleground. So that rounds of the battle, Madhu and Kaitab have won. That round of the battle, Madhur and Kaitab have won. They have won that round of the battle. So he is now in hiding. And so, my dear friends, it tells to us that, oh, Vishnu Bhagwan then left and he went up to Kailash Parvat. But he did not go straight to Lord Shiva. Children of God, it says that Vishnu Bhagwan stayed on the outside of Kailash Parvat and he started to play some very sweet music. He started to play sweet music. And Lord Shiva is now hearing this music. Lord Shiva is hearing this sweet music. And so, children of God, what followed? Lord Shiva, hearing this music, knew that this music can only come from one person, that is Bhagwan Vishnu. So he called his servants and he says, listen, he says, go out where that sound is coming from. And there you will meet, I'm sure it is Vishnu Bhagwan, bring him here to me. Devotees and friends, I don't know if it is in Felicity or if it is back home. But one night somewhere within this Utsav I was talking. And I was telling it is, I think, back home. And somebody, I don't know if it was a Yagna. Oh yes, it was yesterday morning. And yesterday was Tuesday. My dear friends, I retired and I forget how the day is going. Every day is God day for me and all days God work. So I was doing puja up in front and my back was turned to everybody else sitting. And as I got up, I told my dulhin, I said, why you was sleeping? And one devotee says, but Baba, how you know that she was sleeping? I said, listen. I said, you must have such a connection with your partner that whatever is happening to your partner, you must feel that vibration. And while I was sitting there, I felt the vibration that she was sleeping. As I wake up, I asked her why she was sleeping. And so, my dear friends, husband and wives, I want you to develop this bond between yourself so that whatever is happening to your partner, wherever it may be, you must feel that. Prabhu Sri Ram and Sita had it. Prabhu Sri Ram just looked at Sita and she knew exactly what he wanted. That is what we must be able to build, my dear friends. That bond and that love between us as partners. We must not have that scrabble and that fight and everything else. Ganesh Bhagwan says, no, that is not what we want. The first thing that Ganesh Bhagwan says that we must have, the first Shakti, is that we must have that natural love. We must have that pure love for our families. He said the first thing that we should avoid is the squabble and the little fight and the little rumble in the family. And that is something that is so common these days. So my dear families, my dear people, if anything cause little quarrels and fight within the house, stop it. Go to your guru. Before the quarrel could come into a quarrel, before the situation, should come into a quarrel, go to your guru. That is what your guru is there for. So my dear friends, just by the sound that Bhagwan Shiva heard, he knew that it was Vishnu Bhagwan playing that music. In the morning, I will know when my children are going because I'll know what music is going in the car. And in the evening, when they're coming, is a different kind of music. And I'll know they're coming. I'll tell the wife, I say, they're coming. So, my dear friends, Bhagwan Shiva sent for Vishnu Bhagwan. And Vishnu Bhagwan came now. And this is what happened. Let us listen. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati,
Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Jai Bhagavan. Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Jai Bhagavan. शिवजी ने उन्हें शोधांशोपचारम युक्तम गणपति पूजन की विधि भांति तधूपरंता भगवान विष्णु ने गणेश जी की सौंध्या वर्षा कथा उपासना की। जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान। जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान। विष्णु बोले मधु कैटव नाम का असुर बहुत प्रभाला हो गया है, मेरे वश में नहीं आ रहे हैं, अतएव पार्वती नंदन उनके भद्राख्या उपया कीजिए। जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय 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 गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय 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 गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति। प्रेम से बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की जय। So Mahavishnu went to Bhagwan Shiva and he told to him, he says, listen, he says that Madhu and Kaitab by name have appeared for my heirs. They didn't come from nowhere else, it come from me. And this is what I continue to tell to you all, my dear friends. Your trouble and your difficulties come only from you. You, nobody else make your trouble. You make your own trouble. But because we cannot accept our minds, M-I-N-D, our mind is so biased to our own self, we cannot accept that I have that one who you can see, that one who will battle for you. He's telling now, Shiva Bhagwan is telling to him, he say, you didn't pray to Ganesha. And because you did not pray to Ganesha, you cannot beat Madhu and Kaitab. What is that prayer to Ganesha? The prayer to Ganesha, my dear friends, is that jap, Om Gam Ganapati Namaha. Om Gam Ganapati Namaha. Om Gam Ganapati Namaha. But how much value will it be, my dear friends, you reciting this mantra again and again and very strong, and you have hate, and you have anger, and you have greed into your life? Madhu and Kaitab, again, my dear friends, did not care who they hurt. All they wanted to do is to clear the path so that everybody could fear them. We have leaders, different type of leaders. Leaders, my dear friends, who will rule by principles. There are leaders who will lead by examples. There are leaders who will lead by creating a fear into the followers and expect that everybody. But this is the worst type of leaders, when they create a fear for people to work, because they would not work at their maximum, they would not work at their best. And Madhu and Kaitab, my dear friends, was creating that kind of problem. Everybody had a fear for Madhu and Kaitab. And what happened? Dear Bhagwan Vishnu went and prayed to Ganesha. So who are you going to feel that is greater, my dear friends? Fanatics. And I use the word fanatics. Start fighting now. And start making proclamation that, oh, that form of the Lord I worship is better than your Ganesh. And those who love Ganesh go say, okay, Ganesh is better than that one. My dear friends, I want to tell to you, chapter 7 of the Bhagavad Gita is in the first 7 verses. In the first 7 verses, somewhere along, I can't remember the exact verse. But in chapter 7, it tells to us that everything that takes form is hinged on one string like a mala. Everything that takes a form is like one bead of the mala. And the absolute Lord, the Brahman, is that which holds all things together. It gives the energy, it gives the power. Ganesha Bhagwan ki jai. So devotees and friends, Bhagwan Krishna again tells to us. He says, whatever form that you worship to, it is me that you're praying to. And that Krishna is not the Basuri boy that so many people make that mistake about. It is the absolute Lord, is the absolute Brahman. So in the Bhagavad Gita, that verse, which states whatever form that you worship to, I will manifest myself in that form and grant you whatever you wish. Because that form is absolute me. When Bhagwan Krishna again, Arjuna told to him, he said, Lord, I want to see your form. Bhagwan Krishna told to him, he said, listen, Arjuna, you cannot see me with these physical eyes of yours. Ramayana Katha tells to us, Gogo char jahang lagi maya. that whatever this mind can see and perceive, know that to be illusionary, know that to be Maya, know that to have a beginning and know that to have an end. So the only thing, my dear friends, that no one could talk about and no one could put a perception to is that which the great saints and sages says, neti neti. It is not this, it is not that. That is the same, my dear friends, that same energy, that same power that our Christian brothers will state and say, Father in heaven. It is the same that our Muslim brothers and sisters will hold on to as Allah. Coming from Allah is Muhammad, upon whom be peace. Coming from the Father in the heaven, we had Jesus, the Christ. Coming from the Brahman, we had Vishnu Bhagwan. And the different avatars bring down Vishnu Bhagwan coming. So my dear friends, there is no fight of which one is greater and which one is less. All comes from the same source, that one power, that one energy, which we as Hindus refer to as Brahman. Nobody could perceive that. You cannot have a picture of that Brahman, of that absolute energy. Anytime we could bring a form to the absolute energy, it is no longer absolute. Go into your dictionary and check the word absolute and see what it means. The word absolute means something without a second. The word absolute means something, one without a second. So my dear friends, I tell to you again, chapter 6, verse 30 of the Bhagavad Gita tells to us, see me into everything and see me into every place. So at no given time, my dear friends, should you fight to a devotee of a Devi and say, okay, you are not a devotee, you are not a true devotee. Or you fight of a devotee of Lord Jesus Christ and say, hey, you're going the wrong way. Or you fight a devotee of Muhammad, upon whom be peace, and say, you not worship. No, my dear friends, it is the same one energy that energizes these people. In Islam, they say messenger. In Christianity, they say Son of God. In Hinduism, we say avatar. And anytime you start to distinguish, then take out verse 630, chapter 6, verse 30 of the Bhagavad Gita and throw it away. Because that verse says, see me into everything and see me into every place. If others want to distinguish and they want to reject us, and let them do it, they have that karma to pay. But your teaching tells you, see me into everything and see me into every place. So if I am to see God into everything and I am to see God into every place, who am I going to be angry with? Who am I going to hate? We hating, my dear friends, the devas, much less how are we going to live among ourselves. If as a Hindu I want to fight my Christian brother, then I'm fighting the same God that I love. I'm fighting the same God that I love, because God is into each and every being. So stop fighting among yourselves, my dear friends. Stop hating and bring love into your heart. Each and every one of us is filled with love. We are very much asleep to that. We are very much asleep that we are filled with love. A great writer by the name of Malikani, who goes to the tertiary students in Europe And Malikani gives motivational talk to the children. And he said, oh my dear children, you all complain that no one is loving you. Oh, you are starved of love. Haven't you ever said that? Ravi, you never feel like that sometimes, son? Baba is starving for love. Baba, I feel this girl and love me again as how she. Hey, young boys and young girls, if you feel the girls are not loving you as you're supposed to get that love, it's because you are giving the amount of love still. Check yourself first. Don't complain about somebody not loving you. Look within yourself. You are not loving as you should. And Malikani told to the children, he said, never complain that you don't have love. He said, look within you. Find the love within you, because each and every one of us have a fountain of love within us. Are you aware, my dear friends, that you have a fountain of love within you? Yes, you all do have a fountain of love within you. Search and give that love. And once you start giving that love without any condition, so too you will receive the same. So Bhagwan Shiva told to Vishnu Bhagwan, he said, pray to Ganesha. And so, my dear friends, as he prayed to Ganesha, Ganesha appeared to Vishnu Bhagwan and told to him, you have been blessed. Go now and you will win that battle. Prem se bole Sri Ganesha Bhagwan ki. And so, my dear friends, Ganesha, with the blessing, Lord Vishnu went, and so the battle was won. And so after the battle was won, my dear friends, Madhu and Kaitab disappeared. I want to tell to you that when that ego take you over, when that illusion of the world, when that demon of those desires, I want and I want and I want and I want and I want, when that comes to you, sit down in your corner. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. And Vishnu Bhagwan will come and he will destroy all those who are hindering you. And when I talk about those, you might be thinking I'm talking about people. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about the demon of hate within you. I'm talking about the demon of anger. I'm talking about the demon of jealousy. I'm talking about the demon of greed. You know? Only watch me and Ganesh how we move in these days. I come with one yesterday, look, Ganesh gone and he bring a better one today. The people of Felicity, Pandit cannot say you're dressing better than me. I am Ganesh. Watch him, this son of Ganesh, let us see you. Watch out all this nice chain and thing running down. But don't worry, I'm coming for you tomorrow. Children of God, that is how we behave. That is how we behave. I end tonight's katha to tell to you how, how much jealousy can destroy us. One man prayed, and he prayed quite a lot. And so, my dear friends, the Lord appeared to him and he says, whatever you want, I will give to you. He said, but remember, whatever I give to you, your neighbor have to get twice the amount. So he said, that's no problem, man. He said, I want one motor car, the neighbor get two motor car. He said, I want a house, the neighbor get 2 houses. And everything, the neighbor get twice the amount. When the jealousy take him over so much, I is the one who do all the hard work, And he do nothing and he get 2 times the amount I get. The jealousy take him over so much. He say, Lord, he say, I want you to bust one of my eye. You all get that? If the neighbor get 2 motor car when I ask for 1, and the neighbor get 2 houses when I ask for 1, Well, Lord, bust one of my eye. What will happen to the neighbor? The neighbor going to lose two of his eyes. You see how low jealousy can take us? How destructive jealousy can take us? That is the Madhuvandaisikaitab. That is who Lord Vishnu, after praying to Ganesha, came and destroyed. Prem Sabale Sri Ganesha Bhagwan Ki Jai. So my dear friends, Lord Shiva had taught us this evening that every single thing that we do, Ganesh Bhagwan must be worshipped. He have been given that authority. He has been given the leeway in heaven that he would be the first devta always to be worshipped. Prem Sabale Sri Ganesha Bhagwan Ki Jai. So children of God, I bring my discourse to an end this evening. I wonder if I should sing a bhajan or... No, I'll ask my daughter to sing a bhajan. The big one, not the little one. If I was feeling hungry, I'd have called the second one. But I want to hear the song now, I'll ask the big one.
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha 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 Ganesha Sharanam
शरणं शरणं गणेश
गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश
गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश
गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश
गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश
Ganesh Bhagwan ki. So my dear friends, Ganesh Bhagwan and Krishna Bhagwan had a very nice relationship. They had some katha, and I will ask Dinesh and Candy to sing that bhajan, Bihari Lal. And then we'll do Arti.
Yeah. मेरे बाके बिहारी लाल मेरे बाके बिहारी लाल तुम इतना ना करियो श्रृंगार नजर लग जाएगी
नजर लग जाएगी
मेरे बाके
बिहारी लाल मेरे भागे बिहारी लाल तू इतना ना करियो श्रृंगार नजर लग जाएगी नजर लग जाएगी
बाके
बिहारी लाल तोरी सूरतिया पे मन मोरा अतका तोरी सूरतिया पे मन मोरा अतका प्यारा लगे तोरा पीला पतका प्यारा लगे तोरा पीला पतका तेरे प्यारे लगाई माँ तेरे प्यारे लगाई माँ तुम इतना ना करियो श्रृंगार नजर लग जाएगी नजर लग जाएगी मेरे भागे बिहारी लाल
Krishna Bhagwan ki jai. So that's my, I give them that trouble, because I just give them the key and I didn't give them the key. Yeah. So my dear friends, now we stand for Arti. ॐ समूकश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गाजकर्णाकां लम्बोदरश्च चाविकटो विघ्नाशो गणधिपतये नमः ॐ धूम्रकेतु गणायक्षो बालचन्द्रो गाजयानः द्वादशतनी नमामि यत् शृणुदयापि विद्यारम्भे विवाहे च प्रविशे निर्गमे तथा संग्रमे संकटे च एवं विघ्नं तस्य न जायते। ओम यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मयर्थकृतानि च तानि तानि विनाशयन्ते प्रदक्षिणापदे परे। गणेश भगवान की जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता
तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
जय
गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता
तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता तेरो
पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
लधुवंता भोग लागे संत कर सेवा। ये जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा। माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
हम गणपते
नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्ट विनायक नमो नमः बाबा मोरिया। ओम गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्ट विनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरया। ओम गम गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्ट विनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरया। ओम गम गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्ट विनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरया। गम गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्ट विनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरया। ओम गम गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्ट विनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरया। ओम गम गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्ट विनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरया।
ओम गणपते नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः
अष्ट विनायक नमो नमः
गणपति बाबा मोरया।
ओम गम गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्ट विनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरया। ओम गम गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरया
गम गणपते नमो नमः श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः गणेश विनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरया
गम गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरया
गम गणपते नमो नमः श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः हर्ष विनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरया
ओम गम गणपतये नमो नमः श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरया
ओम गम गणपते नमो नमः श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः
अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा
मोरया
जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 जय
गणपति देवा
जय 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 गणपति देवा जय जय जय
गणपति देवा
जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 जय
गणपति देवा
जय 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 गणपति देवा जय जय जय
गणपति देवा
गजानना हे गजानना
गजानना हे गजानना
गजानना हे गजानना
गजानना हे गजानना
गजानना हे गणपति देवा
गजानना हे गणपति देवा
गजानना हे गणपति देवा गजानना
हे गणपति देवा
जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय जय जय
गणपति देवा
गजानना हे गजानना गजानना हे गजानना गजानना हे गजानना गजानना हे गजानना गजानना हे गणपति देवा गजानना
हे गणपति देवा
गजानना हे गणपति देवा गजानना
हे गणपति देवा
माता पार्वती पिता महादेवा माता
पार्वती पिता महादेवा
माता पार्वती पिता महादेवा
माता पार्वती पिता महादेवा
गजानना हे गणपति देवा गजानना हे
गणपति देवा
गजानना हे गणपति देवा गजानना
हे गणपति देवा
जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 गणपति देवा जय 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 जय
गणपति देवा
जय 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 गणपति देवा जय जय
गणपति देवा
मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बाबा
मोरिया रे
मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे
मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे
मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया मोरिया
मोरिया रे
मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया
मोरिया मोरिया रे
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बापा
मोरिया
ए मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया रे बापा 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 मोरिया रे
गणेश भगवान की Put in the hands together, closing the physical eyes, we pray. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoramaya Mritam Gamaya Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sekha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti गणेश भगवान की सनातन धर्म की शिव भगवान की पार्वती देवी माता की सनातन धर्म की ओम श्री गुरुदेवता की गणपति बाबा मोरिया गणपति बाबा मोरिया गणपति बाबा मोरिया गणेश भगवान की सीताराम to all. Please join tomorrow again for devotion and another wonderful discourse from Ganesh Puran. Sitaram, and see you all tomorrow.
Sitaram devotees. So once again, we would like to say a heartfelt thanks to Pandit Vishnu Ramsamir for such a enlightening and enjoyable katha tonight. I think that Pandit came out batting almost like Lara or Gavaskar tonight. He was on form. And very pertinent to what Baba read tonight, Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 verse 30. See me in everything, see me in every place. We were so lovingly reminded of this recently in the modern avatar, Sri Satya Sai Baba, who always said that there is only one caste, the caste of humanity. There is only one religion, the religion of love. And there is only one God. He is omnipresent. So thank you for your lovely, inspirational message tonight. Thanks again, of course, to our Pandit Atmanan and Vernon, who continue to be here day after day, night after night, sometimes leaving very, very late. To all our, cooks and helpers who have been here every day, helping to prepare with the meals and all of these things. So thanks once again, and of course you all are reminded to join us tomorrow for our final night. Also tomorrow, look out in the Guardian newspaper, I believe there'll be an article featuring, of course, Pandit Ram Samir and our President Ganesh. So again, we have been featured tomorrow 9 o'clock. Yeah, so tomorrow we begin again at 9 a.m. And we close off at around 2:30, 3 o'clock to prepare for our evening devotion. So thanks again, Sitaram.
Sit down.